Hello, hello. This is Paper Cuts Included coming to you live from the Ninja Turtle sleeping blanket. And that's how we keep it legit. Today is going to be a tips and tricks video. What's a tips and tricks video? Well, if you're new to the channel, this is a comic book YouTube channel ran by me and my co-host. We're both working artists, and we want to talk about comic books. So we'll get comic books such as this book right here, Akira. We'll talk about what the heck Akira is, who's Otomo. What was the impact of the book? What are the formal elements of the book? The impact of the book, the impact of the artist, the artist's other work, stuff like that. We are inspired by the great kayfabe, and so if you like that kind of content, I'm sure you'll like us. I think, however, we're going to try to talk more about our personal art lives a little bit more than kayfabe did. Although Ed was always talking about making Red Room, and Jim Rugg was always talking about the deadliest girl alive. So give me 1 second. Sorry about that. My cat got a hold of something. But yeah. So comic book channel inspired by the great kayfabe. So stick around if that's something you're interested in. Hit that bell, hit that subscription. We post every Friday for sure, and sometimes on Wednesdays. But I'll probably move it to every Wednesday, Friday. I've been doing it every Wednesday for like 4 weeks now, so probably every Wednesday, Friday. So this is, like I said, a tips and tricks video. We did a tips and tricks videos probably in the second or third week of this channel's history. I really enjoyed it. It was about references and inspiration. You can find that in the playlist of tips and tricks. And I really wanted to talk about what I learned. I'm still in art school. I'm about to finish it. I have one more semester left. Woo! And this was one of the things I learned in this last semester, and that is the benefits of using tracing paper. Now, for me, tracing paper was very taboo growing up. It was seen as the cheaters mentality for a long time, probably because in elementary and middle school, that's what it's used for, is to kind of cheat. You know, I probably because I remember some people in middle school who just have it, and that's how they cheat at the art assignments, was they just trace something real quick. So I never touched it until my illustration professor really got me into it, and I don't think I can go back. And I've been talking about it a lot in previous videos. Check out our recent videos. I talk about them a lot, and I think they're some of our best videos. Um, and so I wanted to show it off. And also, I didn't really know what book to talk about for Wednesday. So this filled that gap in pretty good. So let's just get right into it. This is tracing paper. It says it. You can get it pretty much probably at any store. I'm sure even Walmart sells a crappy version. Um, I sure bought the other version that I don't like a whole lot, but this is more of a clear version. I started working on a piece just for this video today, as for an example. So it's not done yet. So not done by a long shot. So don't comment down below, oh, that sucks, or you can. I don't give a crap. But no, this is the tracing paper I like. I got Hobby Lobby. It's $10 for 50 sheets, and it's frosted, but not frosted to an extreme. What I mean by frosted is I don't know if they can pick it up on the camera, but you can see through it to the next page pretty easily. The first brand of tracing paper I was using, you could not. It was frosted so much, it was so hard to see what the bottom layer is, which I don't get that for tracing paper. You kind of need to see what you're doing. And this is one of the primary functions of tracing paper that I found to really enjoy. Use it as layers, like in Photoshop. If anyone's familiar with Photoshop or not, in Photoshop you draw using multiple screens essentially. Let's say you're drawing a figure. I'll just doodle it right here. Let's say you're drawing a figure, right? The head might be layer one, and then a hat might be layer two, and the hair might be layer three. And you do it on these layers because when you alter, if you're changing the hat, right, it's not going to hurt the other two. So if you turn out you hate the hat, you can just delete that layer, and you don't have to spend all that time fixing it. and I've learned I can do that with tracing paper. This is a print I'm going to do. It's a Pokemon named Slacking. I like the Pokemon card game, and I like Slacking, so I started working on a piece. If you know anything about Pokemon, they evolve, so I wanted to show the evolution lines. It's kind of hard to see when it's not when the puzzle's removed. But one of the cool things is with tracing paper and printmaking, I print make a lot. That's one of my preferred art forms. Maybe a little bit more than making a comic book, um, but I still love making comic books. Is let if I want to do typography up here, like I thought about doing the making this Slacking Evil be like a Team Rocket, who's the bad guys in Pokemon. Um, put the R there, like a big fancy R. That's why there's a crappy R right there. You know, and I can do that because it's adding layers. And the cool thing with this tracing paper is I can do like this on the back. Let's just do it real quick. Or this one might let me just rub it. Oh, I didn't expect that. Okay. That didn't work. I'm not gonna, it did it a while ago. This was a rub transfer, but I don't want to mess up my slacking because I did so good on it. Let me fix that. Maybe because I sketched too much on top of it. But no, the correct way to do it, I just found that rub way today. That's why I want to try it. Is you doodle like this on the back. You just shade it, right? And then you can redraw your lines, and it'll make it transfer. Let's try that again on like this. See if it'll do it. But yeah, did it do it? No, it didn't. I probably just didn't. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to tempt fate though. Um, it did work though. However, uh, this I just rubbed on that, and it ended out really good. So I don't know what. Oh, I think what happened was it was I have to do it the opposite way. I was being a ding dong, and you have to do it like this way. Um, let's just try to rub it like that. See there it comes through. If I hope it's looking at it right there. But no, I just did it wrong. I learned that skill today. But no, that's one of the cool things with tracing paper is as a printmaker, I can just kind of rub out the design. I probably shouldn't say it like that. Um, you know, and it's good to go. And let's say this color or this print's going to be the original colors, I can do that. But then if I want to do maybe different colors or typography, I can, I have the master mold, so I can bam do it again, typography at the top, and I don't have to worry about directly redrawing a whole new slacking again. And another thing I can do is, like I said, layers. Um, I want to do all of his evolutions. He starts as a slack off, and then turns into a vigor off, and then a slacking. So, I drew slacking first because he's the biggest, and he'd be the most important part of the composition, or what I want to make the most important part of the composition, and then figure out how I want to do his other two, which it's probably hard to see now that put all that crappy shading effect on it. But this is how I lined it up, and then I can do another layer and figure out the background for him. Do I just want to do a solid color? Do I want to do typography? Do I want to, I started doing that tree branch, figuring out what works, what doesn't. And again, it's allowing me to experiment more because when I first started doing printmaking, as soon as I start drawing on the block, it's got to finish. I can't waste a good block because these things are not cheap and you got to make them work. You know what I mean? So that was part of it. Um, so being able to do a print 10 different ways pretty easy now with the use of tracing paper, also goes to the other mediums. If you're trying to design a character and you don't do digital, I don't do digital. That's why I'll never talk about digital. I don't like doing digital. I like the feel of the pencil itself and just I could never get into digital. I took a digital class, I just couldn't get into it. Um, but you get you I just lost my train of thought. You can use that layers in physical, just get 10 sheets of tracing paper, figure out what works, what doesn't, you know, do a bunch of different faces on a character, I had here's my other slacking I did today because again I was playing around with him just sitting with a Team Rocket R right there, um, and it, gives me the ability to, and the ability to transfer really good too. I can just put this in a storage for a year, take it out, bam, make a new one. Because if I make 10 prints and all 10 of them sell, I'm gonna have to make them quick, and I feel like the tracing paper is a good way to do it. Um, I'll show another project I'm working on. This is my one of my bigger projects I need to get back in. I'm drawing some dinosaur fossils for a program, and I'm in charge of three dinosaurs: a Spinosaurus, a Megalodon, and a Trilobite. And I'm working on my Spinosaurus ideas right now. I learned they're a lot like a crocodile or alligator, and one of the first things I thought of was the idea that the baby alligator sits on the mama alligator's mouth. So that's what this is. And again, I use tracing paper to draw it out, and then rub it in. That way, it's just an easy. I can get straight to cutting because one of my biggest banes and when I first started printing is doing these amazing sketches and then having to just redraw those sketches on the block itself, and it would suck because there would always be something I wouldn't get as good as the sketch. There would be a random arm I wouldn't get right, or the word the expression wouldn't be right, or hello cat. I know, I know. Hey, hey, okay, okay, cat, everybody. But no. So being able to use this tracing paper has really, I think, improved my printmaking capabilities. It's really matured me as a printmaker. I can spend more time on it, on sketches now without worrying about like, ooh, how will this transfer over? Of course, it's not perfect. The smaller details won't just come through. It's not picture perfect, but it's really good. I'm sure I can perfect it. I just started doing this week, so there's still a lot I gotta learn. Man, this is probably more a printmaking video than just a tracing paper video, but that's okay. Um, I guess more of a hey, this is what I'm doing too. Which I want to do. I want to talk about my art more. I want my co-host to talk about his art more because he's a phenomenal artist. Phenomenal. I hope he watches this and then post some artwork. Here's the trilobite I'm working on right now. I don't know which way I want to do the print because when you print make you put the title and stuff on you choose a bottom, so I might do it like this. That might be an interesting composition, or maybe this because then it's pointing towards the title. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Let's see, here is a megalodon tooth I'm working on, which this changed dramatically once I put it on the block. I wish I remembered to get the block, but it looks very different from this, and that's okay. The two stayed the same, but the background's a little different, and that's good. That kind of proves my point. I have this master mold. I can put that down and expand on it, change it how I want to without worrying about messing up that original sketch. You know. And then my favorite piece is just this. I should probably move these. It's probably hard to see all that. This is a Spinosaurus I'm working on, just swimming in the water, and there's a lot more work needs to be done, but I like where it's going right now. So that's kind of what I've been working on, and then some other comic book stuff that might be a Fallout zine, which I don't want spoil too much of it. I need to get back on it. Um, but yeah, that was a loud motorcycle. So that's what I've been working on. That's another thing you can use tracing paper for is, let's say you find a really cool typography, trace it. I'm sorry. That's one of the ways you can learn typographies. I used to be a stickler for like you gotta master it yourself. Use a speed square. now I'm just like, I'll just copy it. Give props where props are due. Don't just swipe it and never give props. But I might get some hate for that comment. Um, but no, that's tracing paper. I guess to sum it all up, you can use it as a great layer tool. You can use it as a great transfer tool. You can use it as a great sketch tool. Typography use tool. There's just a bunch of stuff you can use it for. Um, and hey, I'm going to do a challenge for people. For all the artists out there, my Instagram will be in the description. Um, Draw something on tracing paper, send it to me. I'll try to put it at the end of one of the next videos. Do a little fan mail, like Comic Tropes used to do, still does. But yeah, let's get fan art going. Stuff like that. And I guess let's just talk. I don't know why I said it like that. Um, it's been really good being back. Oh, my cat's about to knock over that box. Oh, oh, okay. Um, our videos have been doing amazing late. Okay, didn't knock it over. Wow. Um, our videos have been doing amazing lately. It's been incredible. We took a hiatus for probably from July to December, most because art school was so demanding this semester. But our videos have been doing better than they ever did. Like our past 5 videos are probably better than. There went the box. Our past 5 videos are better than almost all of the videos we ever did before we took the hiatus, both in viewer count and like watch duration. Speaking of which, we have made it to over 100 hours watched in the entire channel's history. That's incredible. I think that's really cool. Thank you guys. We can't do it without you. I'm not, watching the same video over and over and over again. I barely watch the videos. I don't like hearing myself talk. Makes these videos fun to make. um, but no, it's really cool to think that people have spent 100 hours. What's that like? Almost 4 days, or is that 4 days? 72, or I guess almost five, or over 4 days, pushing 5 days. You know, um, almost 5 days worth of people watching videos, commenting on the videos, liking the videos. um, it's really cool. So if this is your first video, or you've been watching since day one, comment what was your favorite thing you've seen. What was your favorite book? What was your favorite quote? What do you want to see more of? Do you want us to do deeper dives in books? If we're only posting twice a week now, what should we do? A theme once a week? Should we? Because when we used to post every day, Monday to Friday, for a long time. I think we just got burnt out. But we used to do themes like Miller Fridays, Magnolia Mondays. If you want to start seeing that again, like we can, maybe every other Wednesday or every other Friday can be a theme for a while. Look at, maybe for 5 Fridays in a row, we look at an issue of The Walking Dead, the only volume of Walking Dead I have, because I like Tony Moore as the artist a lot. And he's not in them after this one, I don't think. So yeah, I guess this is a shorter video, but I think it went good. We talked about tracing paper. So again, just let me know what you want us to talk about. If there's a particular book you want us to talk about, shoot it down below. You can DM me on Instagram. You can DM my co-host probably. You can comment down below. Thank you guys. And from Paper Cuts Included to you, make more art.